think to walk into a room of not knowing anybody, and we're all from completely different cultures, different languages, you know, and some people have never even been to this country, so it's like everyone's just learning and feeding off each other, and there's like no egos whatsoever, and that's kind of weird to meet a bunch of musicians with no egos. When, you know, especially like kind of making links and chatting to each other about each other's cultures and sounds and what instruments they use.
The sharing of experience, because you know certain things all by yourself or in your, you know it in your country, but by meeting other people from different other African countries, you tend to share the ideas from the other countries. Like, how do you use your drums? How do you use your, you know, your congas? How do you play this? How do you play this? How do you play this type of music? That's very important. I think that's the most important side.
It's quite a good experience to me, because back home is, yeah, I've been doing music with my band most of the time, and some other fellow college students. And actually we were looking at okay, discovering a style and kind of music, but I was like bound myself into what I usually do most of the time. But coming here, I get all these new ideas from different places.
On the dance floor, everybody's ready to sing along, move along way down to the beat. You know where we run.
Can you decide on I don't know, 4 or 5 topics that you want to tackle? We've mentioned bling. We've mentioned bling. We've mentioned gang culture. Hang on, gang culture related to tribal war. Variety is the key. You know, otherwise we could end up with a lot of reggae or a lot of sample loopy stuff or a lot of a particular genre. But we've been quite lucky that, you know, although it's bizarre because although people have come from different countries, it hasn't been dominated by each country's style of music, because everybody, I mean, they're quite young, so everybody has mixed influences, you know, of current popular themes, things like reggaeton or reggae or dancehall. There's not too much traditional stuff, so what I'm trying to do is to get people to think about the traditional things that they may have or may not have grown up with, and throw some of those in.
Yeah, but can you change this? Ma'akra, ma'adra, mahasi. Yeah, you understand? So mahasi, to finish it with mahasi. Yeah. You know?
So she didn't go there where the bass goes, huh? The bass is slightly behind though. The bass is slightly in front of the downbeat.
You don't need to catch this.
Nigga lawyer, nigga politicians, the guns and gold. This age if it grows, the sound, yes, all my music will not rig elections and break my nation. Nigga Dakota, nigga policy, nigga lawyers, nigga politicians, the guns and gold. This age of the growth, the sound, yes, all my music will not.
Again. After that's the HRV growth.
Yeah.
Then we're going into the
chorus.
Into the chorus.
Yeah.
So you can only play like about 10, 1 hour, like a
I
high
don't know
climax
if
one.
somebody comes in with something there.
And finish, and we go into the chorus.
The real idea behind the visuals, it's basically to give the audience an audio-visual experience.
But what we are doing is that we are taking symbols and icons which are African, and we're also taking European motifs, and we are kind of like mixing them together. What we're going to do was to get our expressions and our concept of this new technology that we've learned, and we are just exploring it, and we hope that it gels with the music, or even if it doesn't gel and it's at counterpoint, we hope the new experience that comes out is a whole total new experience.
We just want to be able to carry the audience along in terms of imagery, more like a three-dimensional experience of both sight and sound, you know, and it has to do with images that expresses the content, the lyrics of the song, you know, so that's basically what it's about. And we'll be working a lot on the cultural elements, the things that are shaping the life of the people called Africans.
Wonderful experience. Yeah. For a traditional director, this is kind of crazy, man. You know, I go on location and look through my viewfinder and say, action, cut. It's wicked.
How is it different from when you do your stuff there?
Well, I mean, when I do my stuff, I leave a lot of the post-production to other guys. Here it's like really involved in the in really the creating it, really involved in all stages. I understand the technology. I'm not too surprised at how it is, but it's just that the fact, the kind of stuff you can do. You know, I'm seeing this as catching on back home in Ghana because the possibilities are great. You know, we like new stuff, and live shows, live gigs are coming back. You know, it just used to be miming, but live gigs are coming back, and I can see the stuff that you can do with this.
When I came here the first day, it was just like, since what we are about to do, the live visual performance is something that's inexistent in my country, what I saw here. And I think that's really what I'm really gaining from this experience, because like yesterday we were at a jig, I saw interesting things. But I think it's a good thing to copy, but we have to copy, what we copy have to be related to our culture. So I know when I go back home, I'll have to try to feed that into my Cameroonian context. And it's really going to be wonderful. I know that people are really going to like it.
I think that what would be interesting is to take icons and motifs that people kind of relate to back home and add it to the music. You know, our narrative style in Africa is such that the symbols must relate to what is actually going on on stage, and there must be a story to it. What I've seen of the European stuff is that really story is not key. It's just an experience and how the visuals and how the music hits you. It will be quite interesting to experiment with that, but also to add the fact that story is key to people when they come to a show.
No, our point is we should just start thinking of
the new pieces that we want to add.
Yeah, not necessarily music, not music.
Yeah.
You know, because what I mean, my opinion is this project. What is it? What it is about is like mainly talking about where we are coming from and how we are seeing the rest of the world. You know, and since we've been here, we've been having some crazy talks. Like yesterday, I mean, when the guys were having a talk with IG about jujus, that's just some things we need to bring on stage.
It's kind of like a jazz song, sing over the top. But really slow. That kind of a vibe. Well, I'm kind of like the odd job man. if they need a beat, I will throw a beat down for them. But because I'm into production and songwriting and stuff, I kind of come up with some ideas and suggest things to them, and some they feel, some they think, where are you going with that? The first day I was in with them and they were coming with these rhythms, they were just saying the rhythms like they were nothing. And I was just like, what? No, not like that, like that. And then that's the whole room, like, no, not like that. And I was kind of like, I'm going to have to break this down. Then I said, oh, I'll do it when I go home. Bring it back tomorrow. But yeah, I'm learning a lot.
The ideas that I've got in my head now, if I went back to my studio, I would just make something sounding like West African, North African, East African, South African, and every African will enjoy it. Because I'll have a flavor of whatever they mix to make the music. So I know the background, the cultures, the drums, the sounding drums that they use, the talking drums, the patterns of drums, the patterns of the bass, guitars moving. So I mean, if I put all that together with my background, like the music that I do, it will take the whole of Africa.
Especially if we've got two of you in here. You represent UK, you represent Nigeria. Let's put a bus stop here, right, with two signs on it. This is from Josh to Abuja downtown. This is from Oxford Circus to Tottenham. The same bus stop, and but you're waiting for the bus. You're waiting for the bus. Maybe you can stand up and do it and have some ideas. Why am I still waiting for this bus? You're going that way, you're going that way, but you're both waiting for a bus. Forget talking about floods and whatever. You know, maybe the next scene we can put a flood here, we can put a flood here. We had floods in England this year. And, you know, instead of showing images of Africa, you know, people dying in Africa, we can show people images of people rescuing the deep freezers in the West Country of England.
That's a good idea.
Right?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so on this side there'll be silence because nobody talks to anybody.
And then you say, shh. Or like, shh.
I'm pretending to read my book just so I
Yeah,
can shut you up.
Yeah, and then on this side it's total madness.
The next thing you hear, tickets please.
Yeah, all those kind of nice, polite things. We'll get on this side.
Exactly. Now let me teach you how to climb bus in Lagos. There's no excuse me. This is how you climb bus. Bus driver, where are you? Hey. That's how to get on a bus in Lagos. So this is just our bus stop. Yeah, it's
the noise, the people, the hooting, the pushing. Overload the bus stop.
Soaking up the bus stop. Yeah.
The noise, the people, the hooting, the pushing. Overload the bus stop.
Struggle at the bus stop.
Yeah, so
far, it's great. We've got. I mean, we kind of started on this yesterday anyway, but I've just pulled it into shape with broken it into 3 sections. There's a percussion section first, and then a rap, or a couple of raps. And it all breaks down again into the verse before it goes mad. We're trying to go mad from the count, and I just thought, no, let's build it up. People will say, I'm learning something new, which is good. But these guys will want to join in that, so we've kind of left room for them to come in, because I know there's a couple of people who want to come and do a rap on that, and we need more percussion. We need everybody on this one. I think this could be the finale. Well, I've already written it in anyway. So. See what I mean? It's a great finale, isn't it?
A slave, enslaved. I'm a slave. Well, I'm talking about this now.
VJing experience has been wonderful. I've learned through VJing softwares right now, like Motion Dive and Resolute. I know what I have to do. Like now, I'm like redefining my future, and it feels really great because I know where I'm going from here.
I'm going to use this when I leave a lot. For instance, I'm a Christian in my church. I have about 7,000 membership. And when my choir presents, all I just see on the screen is just the writings, the lyrics of the song. Whereas if you have an understanding of what the song is about, is to project, you could create visuals around it and mix the visuals with the song. So it takes even the experience of that message to a new dimension. So for me, it's not a question of whether I'm going to use it or not. I'm going to use it.
It's challenging for me because you have to be alert, you have to be conscious. You have to take into consideration the performance. In film, you plan everything out in advance, but here you have to read the audience and know which transitions and which clips you're going to load and how that's going to work with the performance. And that takes a level of, it's a performance by itself. And I've never been in such a position before. Normally, I do all my manipulating before the audience gets to see it.
We're nearly at the gig stage. We have a show. We need to spend tomorrow tightening up and running in sequence as we've planned it. Just tightening. Tomorrow is going to be a day of just tightening everything up, the stage performance, the music, the awareness of each other on stage and musically within each piece. All of those things have just really got to come together now.
We're all saying that the songs are not tight.
Cool, so let's make them
stop.
straight.
We are all sitting down relaxing. Let's get on to the thing. You have to do it.
Let me explain to you why Afro song is not tight. It's not professional. As the drummer comes in, right? Then he rolls, then we start singing. There's no drummer, there's no roll. It means that somebody has to hit on the drum to get a roll. Because that's what we rehearsed. You understand? Which makes it lousy. Because Emerson standing, banging on the drums is not tight. You know what I mean? So if we have 4 hours, which is, I think, what we're saying, from the music angle, because performance-wise, I don't know, and there are 1 or 2 things I just need to clean up on my writing, but I performed what I'm going to perform. Do you know what I mean? I performed. But I'm a slave. You're not feeling the music the way it was yesterday.
Somebody, it's not an excuse. The parts that are here are not happening.
Generally, or on some specific pieces?
This is supposed to be performance ready now. I don't know how you feel. Do you want to go on stage like this? No. Well, I mean, it's down to you guys now.
Can you show her what you were just saying? You're out of pattern.
Yeah, she's singing. I assume that since there's no alto, Paul will sing the main part.
Okay, just teach her the alto.
So that you do alto.
Nakushuku, nakushuku. The main.
Okay, so all of us, let's go. 1,
and then you do that 10 apart.
Go.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. How can I trust you? I doubt you. Can I trust you? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Play. Whoa.
We have a gig tomorrow, and you can see all the guys around. We've had about 2 breaks. We had the first break, and this is the second break, which is the last one. So we are waiting for the other guys to come so that we can rehearse. And we've prepared fully for tomorrow. Seriously, yeah. We've been worked out, but I think it's all good.
It's been a challenge. It's been a real challenge. It's been an amazing experience. It continues to be an experience. I can't wait to perform for a London audience. I'm dying to see
how I will react to an audience who have such expectation or no expectation, or, you know, just, I'm dying for the performance. I can't wait to get on stage and just perform and do my thing.
In Africa, in your country, I'm asking my friend, how do you get ready for a show like tomorrow?
Just get ready.
Good evening, London. Yeah.
Yeah, one walk, bolo down, one more was the key. Yeah, I'm bringing the finest rounds, bang and dum my rhythm around. Come and get to know, I bless my soul, wouldn't go for gold. Oh, petrol, I'm bringing these drums, bang and dum my rhythm.
Kind of learned that precisely we don't have to try to play what's not us. Yeah, we shouldn't have to try to, like me trying to play a European music, and we should try to first of all concentrate on our markets back home.
It
has been positive for that one, because it has given me the exposure, you know, and the opportunity of meeting other musicians from different parts of Africa.
I learned a lot from the colleagues here, from the African colleagues, because for me as Northern Sudanese, I knew Africa, or I didn't knew Africa in this multiple colors and ways of thinking and cultures and so on. I just thought that West Africa is all the same and South Africa is all the same, but here when I saw the friends from Senegal and from Nigeria, and I can see quite the difference, and this is what I can say that I have learned in these 2 weeks.
Are you living your dream? Tell me, brothers, tell me, sisters, are you living your dreams? Living your dreams.
We also have Khalid. Thank you, London. This is the modern day sound of Africa and the UK. We just getting started. Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
I think it went really well. It went really well. It's hard for me to even think about what's good and what's bad anymore. It's just we've done it. It's done. But I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, so hopefully that's genuine feedback. And yeah, I think it went well. The visuals were great. It all came together.
It was great. It felt good. It felt good to, you know, people were screaming and stuff. It was amazing. Yeah. Love London. Love it.
I'm taking back a lot. I'm taking back the things I've learned from the other African brothers. And I'm kind of feeling now that Ghana is a town in Africa and Uganda is a town. We're kind of feeling like a nation now.
To me, at the end of the day, what I take away from it more is the process than even the performance. And getting to meet like these great musicians and just, you know, exchange ideas and talk about, you know, what it's like to be from different places and share culture, you know? So it was great. The performance was just an end to that, just to have a reason for us to come together.
The crowd were good. The crowd were very responsive. I'm getting people who are telling me they were very emotional. Some of it's some pretty hard stuff. They want to use it in schools. So I think we've asked a lot of questions, which is what we wanted to do, ask questions. It wasn't a discussion forum, just ask questions, throw it out there, get people to think about things. So I think we've achieved quite a lot tonight.